It's tell you women and children and the men in the boats that they have prepared. So this was premeditated murder. All right.
Yep. Who accepted of it according to the common decree of the city.
Right, because our people trusted their enemy.
Right. As being desirous to live in peace.
Right. Again, our people was desirous to live in peace. They didn't want to do no war no more, man. They wanted to just live and serve the Most High in peace. But the so-called white man, being the devil, he wasn't trying to have that.
And suspected no thing.
Right. They wasn't suspecting anything. Because why? They wasn't following that scripture. Never trust that enemy, man. All right. Has iron rust, so doth his wickedness. Continue.
And suspected no thing, but when they were gone forth into the deep, they drowned no less than 200 of them.
Right, so the so-called white man murdered them, all right? Plain and simple. They drowned no less than 200 of them. So that was premeditated murder, which is the MO of the so-called white man, all right? That's why we call him the devil. That's how we know he's our enemy, and that's how we know he's not to be trusted, all right? Because he made over... How much covenants with the so-called Native Americans, which is the tribe of Gad?
Like over 500?
Over 500 covenants. In the book of Psalms 55 and 20, you don't have to get it. It says he broke his covenant. He put his hand forth as such. Matter of fact, get it.
Be in peace with you.
Because this goes right along with this account right now. All right? Showing you that the so-called white man, you can't fucking trust them. So all these damn niggas out there, these people calling themselves Israelites, teaching these false doctrines, telling you that the so-called white man could be saved, they out their fucking mind, man. All right? Because if the shoe's on the other foot, Esau, which is a so-called white man according to the Bible, he don't want to be at peace with you, man. He want to see you niggas suffer, man. He has pleasure in seeing you niggas suffer. Continue.
This is Psalms 55 and 20. I'm gonna start at 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
This is a scripture right here. He has put forth his hand as such as be at peace with him. It tells you right here, the men of Joppa also did such an ungodly deed. They prayed the Jews that dwelt among them to go with their wives and children into boats which they had prepared, as though they had met them no hurt, who accepted of it according to the common decree of the city, as being desirous to live in peace. Because our people went along with it because they didn't want no more problems with the so-called white man. But what? Esau, being the devil, he put forth his hand as such that be at peace with him. All right?
It says against.
Against such that be at peace with him. All right? So that's the MO. That's why when the so-called white man comes around, you got to be on your P's and Q's, man. Because you see these damn crackers, you might get in an elevator with them, or a so-called white woman, she'll clutch her purse.
Yeah.
Like you trying to, the nature of our people is peaceful, but you will clutch it. We don't mean them no harm, because Jake will do something to another Jake before they do it to a so-called white man. But Esau in their mind, all niggas is out to get them, because why? They have a guilty conscience. They know that all the shit that they did to get where they at today in society, they haven't paid for it yet. And they basically, in the back of their mind, they know that we have a right to lash out at them. All right? That's why they always on their guard, because they know that we their enemy.
Yeah. It says, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Right, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and jump into the future, the Gadites, all right, the so-called Native Americans, all right? The so-called white man did what? He made over 500 treaties with them, and what? He put forth his hand as such against those that be at peace with him, all right? Giving them blankets full of smallpox, killing and raping their women. Read that scripture again.
It says, he has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant. That's the so-called white man. He act like if he's coming to be your friend, but then again he has hidden agenda. You know, he wants what you have. He wants your substance. All right, because the so-called white man is nothing but a parasite. He's a leech. All right, he's a leech. What a leech does? A leech latch onto a host. And he sucks their host. Matter of fact, he's not a leech, because a leech he don't kill his host. He just lives off of it. All right, but the so-called white man is a motherfucking disease, man.
Virus.
He's a virus.
That was it on that.
Yeah, it says he had put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant.
He have broken his covenant. All right, he made the so-called Native Americans believe, which are the Gadites, that we're your brothers. We could live on this land together. All right, we could share this land. But soon as what? Soon as the Gadites trusted him, what happened? He broke his covenant. All right. He had all along he had his fingers crossed behind his back, because that's the nature of the so-called white man. All this shit you see on TV, like he's a good Boy Scout, he's honest and righteous. That's a fucking act, man. Yeah, he's the damn devil.
He's a policeman. He's Robin Hood. He's Knights of the Round Table. Yeah. He's everything that is what Israelites are. He's trying to be. Oh, he's the Most High. He's the Son of Man. He's Paul. He's Jeremiah. He's Solomon. He's all. Come on, man. The so-called white man is the devil.
Yeah, he's the epitome of righteousness. That's how that white cracker walk around with his head all high and shit. Like he's a symbol of purity and virtue.
Yeah.
When it's the complete opposite, man. And that's what we're trying to express through the Spirit, that you 2/3, not even the 2/3, this goes out to the elect, because they're the only one who's going to get it. Don't trust no cracker for no fucking second, man. Use them what you're going to use them for and keep it moving, all right? Because the scripture tell you, when a man ways pleaseth the Lord, he will make even his enemy to entreat him peaceably, so to speak. All right? So if the so-called white man do something good for you, don't get all tender-hearted and all mesmerized and start having feelings from like, maybe there's such thing as a good white person.
Nah.
That's his Most High in treating you good, all right? So fuck the so-called white man, all right?
That's right. I got a quick precept for you in Jeremiah.
Come.
This is Jeremiah 13:23. It says, can the Egyptian change his skin?
No, the Egyptians can't change their skin. And what color is the Egyptians? So-called black people, man. Black Africans, so-called Africans. They can't change it, all right?
Or the leopard his spots?
No, the leopard can't change his spots.
Nope.
All right? The leopard can't make itself one solid color. Continue.
It says, then may he also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Right. Then may he that's do good that are accustomed to do evil, which is a so-called white man. He's accustomed. It's in his nature. He don't know how to do nothing but be the devil. All right? So he can't be good. And since you read that scripture, get Ecclesiastes in the Bible 1:15.
Ecclesiastes 1:15?
Yeah, come. Because this goes right along what you just read.
Right? Ecclesiastes 1:15. That which is crooked, can it be made straight?
Read that again.
It says, Ecclesiastes 1:15. That which is crooked, can it be made straight?
No, cannot be made straight.
Excuse me. That which is crooked cannot be made straight.
Right. That which is crooked cannot be made straight. What's crooked? The so-called white man. He can't be made straight. He can't be rehabilitated and follow the paths of righteousness. Because why? He was created to be the wicked. So the so-called white man, he's the crooked one, man. He's the crooked serpent that was spoken of in Isaiah.
Yep.
That's the so-called white man. Matter of fact, you know what that's at? Because the so-called white man, he can't do good, and that's according to the Bible. So how you fake ass camps out there teaching that Cornelius is an Israelite? The scripture tell you that Cornelius was a just man, all right? Saying Job was an Edomite. The scripture tell you that Job, he wasn't dealing with no evil. He was just himself.
Yep.
So what's this? Because the only thing could be is either in the spirit, y'all tears, y'all really Edomites. So when you hear scriptures of Esau again destroyed, it cuts you in your spirit. Or number two, y'all sold out. And number three, the Most High straight up ain't dealing with you. He ain't open your mind up to receive this knowledge. All right? Because Esau can't be saved. He cannot be rehabilitated. All right? That's why we're going to have to put him in slavery and beat the law, statutes, and commandments into him, man. You got that?
Yeah. This is Isaiah 27:1. In that day, the Lord with his sore hand, This is Isaiah 27:1. In that day, the Lord with his sure and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan.
Right, shall punish Leviathan. This ain't talking about the sea creature Leviathan. This Leviathan's talking about the so-called white man. All right, he's gonna punish him with them nuclear missiles. Continue.
It says, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent.
Right, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent. And we just read in Ecclesiastes 1:15, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. So that crooked serpent is the so-called white man, right? And he can't be made righteous, because he was created to be the opposite half of the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel was created to be the righteous. He was created to be the wicked. All right, that's perfect balance with the Most High.
And he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
Right, you're talking about the so-called white man. The Most High is gonna slay you, man. He's gonna destroy your kingdom. He's gonna put you in slavery for 1,000 years. Then after that 1,000 years, pursuant to Job 1:18, we're gonna round you up and we're gonna create the biggest bonfire known in history, man. We're gonna burn you damn crackers to a crisp. All right, let's go back to Maccabees.
Okay. All right. Maccabees 12:4.
Yeah, start at 4. Yeah.
It says, "Who accepted of it according to the common decree of the city, as being desirous to live in peace, and suspected no thing. But when they were come forth into the deep, they drowned no less than 200 of them."
And another name for that is premeditated murder. All right, that's this scripture right here show you that you ain't supposed to trust your enemy, and that's the mistake our people made during this time period, during the time period of Maccabees. They trusted the so-called white man for a freaking second, and 200 of them was drowned in the sea. All right, continue.
"When Judas heard of this cruelty done unto his countrymen, he commanded those that were with him to make them ready."
Make them ready for what? Make them ready to revenge his people. And that's how you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans supposed to be thinking, man. When the so-called white man do your people wrong, your kinsmen, your brethren, when he does them wrong, you're supposed to have in your spirit to want to revenge them, man, and not to take it lying down.
"And calling upon God, the righteous judge."
Right, calling upon God. All right? And you know in the Hebrew, the word there is Yahweh. All right? Calling on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Not Jesus, not Jehovah, not Buddha, not Allah, but calling on the Most High of the Bible, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh